Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. This is part two of TLRY chart analysis. You saw the first half, and we were talking about the EMA ribbon, how VWAP was right here with my white dotted line. We were talking about the signs that you need to look for if you are using the TTM squeeze. And as you can see, as time is played out, it's been about an hour since I made the last video. You can see that the TTM squeeze has stair-stepped shorter and shorter and shorter. It entered into a 5-minute TTM squeeze right there. You can see the little red dots, and we are now in an uptrend. We've got the light blue bars popping to the upper side. We like it to do this. We want each one to stair step higher and higher. My Bollinger Bands, which are these light purple, are still squoze, for lack of a better term. They're still squoze quite tight. I do want to see this candle break out right here. I want it to break out up above my upper Bollinger Band and head towards VWAP. I will say that the purple EMA is starting to contract. All of the colors of the rainbow are starting to get smaller. It is starting to curl back up. Where we were talking about a waterfall, you can see that it did a bottom right about here, and then it did a couple little bounces, and now it's stuck right here. Of course, down here, the MACD starting to point upwards. We are in accumulation phase now instead of deceleration phase like we were in the last video. This here is a good sign for your trend reversal. We can open this up even a little bit more. You can see the candles right here. This here, the light purple, are my Bollinger Bands. TTM squeeze, we are starting to get those light blue bars stair-stepping up. This is what I want to see. Let this ribbon go ahead and contract. Let the purple get on top. Let the red get on the bottom. And this is a pure signal that we are in uptrend. As you can see, the time in sales over here just hit, looks like we just kissed 40 and pulled back. If we open up level 2 is starting to stack into the higher dollar amounts. We're now starting to see 38s, 39s, and it's going to go higher if I go ahead and contract this level 2 all the way down here. If I close out level 2 completely and just use the indicators right here in time and sales, you could see that we are definitely up above the center of the TTM squeeze. You can see that the candle action is slowly but surely starting to inch its way upward, and the EMA ribbon is starting to give me this little Nike swoosh, kind of like this. You can see it looking like it's going to start to do a U right here. You get the MACD right there, and it's going like that. You get the TTM squeeze, and like over here, all these light blue bars, the bigger they get, the better, the higher the price, the closer the candle action gets to VWAP, the better. Once it hits that VWAP line, it is definitely a perfect time to consider. This is in its total uptrend. We're going to go up above $40. So the VWAP right here is up above 43 bucks. So if it can surpass the VWAP line right there at about 43.50-ish, thereabouts, I do see 45, and we can head upwards towards 50. I can see that happening. I can see that, yes. I definitely would like to see more of that happening. Now, if we were to, let's say, remove the Bollinger Bands, yes. All right. So we removed the Bollinger Bands. I no longer have that on there. Now you see just the EMA ribbon and VWAP. Using all these studies together works for me, but as you work your way up into developing your studies and your script strategy, then you will see which ones work better together. And I will tell you right now, even if I don't have the Bollinger Bands, which I find helps me define, like if I'm to follow this candle action right here, going downwards. When I had the Bollinger Bands there, they definitely showed me that they were at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands or surpassed it, which is sticking out the bottom of it. And that in itself, removing the Bollinger Bands, just helps me see the EMA ribbon better. And as you can see, these purple ones are starting to squeeze together. The red and the purple are starting to get closer and closer together. And once they do that, they are going to pinch and cross over when it decides to turn to the upside. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, if I'm going to look at the EMA ribbon, like I told you in the last video, the default EMA ribbon, here, let's go ahead and, I'll go ahead and do this. Let's open this up and let's go ahead and remove all studies. And there you go. And now I'm in a naked chart. A lot of people trade with just a naked chart. I'm missing a lot of information that the EMA ribbon told me. I really am. So if I'm to fix that, then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to punch in moving average exponential ribbon. There it is right there. Click on that. Hit add selected right there. Now I'm going to hit apply and I'm going to show you what the default EMA ribbon looks like, the moving average ribbon. Apply and then OK. And there it is. There is the EMA ribbon in its default color group. And as you can see, it shows you exactly what I'm talking about when one crosses over the other. But like I said, I find that it's all too much in the same color family, the same lemon flavor, if you will. And I find it works much better if I have a drastic difference between each of the individual ribbons. All right, in order to change that, you can go ahead up here, anywhere that you see a chemistry beaker. You can click over here. This is studies. You'll find them over there. Anywhere that you see a chemistry beaker, gears. There are so many different places that you can change this. You can literally just sit here and go ahead and right click on there. And then you would just hit edit study for your moving average ribbon. And I'll just click on that. And each one of the ribbons is there. As you can see, as you click on each one, the color down here changes. And that's where you will come in and change it to whatever color you so desire. You could truly leave it as the default coloring if you find that appealing. That's perfectly fine. Me, myself, I prefer the big drastic difference of the actual rainbow, the red to purple. Everyone knows your rainbow, your red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. There you go. Like I said, you can go ahead and you can right click on that. You can hit edit study and you would just start with the one right there. You would click on the color. I would say go ahead and open up the whole color palette and then start your rainbow in whatever direction you want it to be. Remember, ends with the purple on one end and red on the other end. So you could just go from there and change each individual color, moving it, always doing it like that. Always remember that you're going to hit apply, you're going to hit OK. Also, if you come up here into your studies, you can click on the gear for your study right here, and you'll find the same location, the same thing. You can click on that right there. You can change anything you so desire and hit your OK. And always remember, if you are making a study set, always remember to save it. Save it as, let's see, EMA default. EMA default. And I'm going to save it like that. You save it as a set. Yes. And then we hit OK. That way, when you come over here to studies, you will go right there to studies. You will go to add a study or load study set. You can go ahead and find where you just liked it, like here's the EMA default, and you pick it right there. There are many ways to change your studies on your trades. Now, if I were to go here, go to add studies, load study set. Oh, wow. My daily fave. Boom, shakalaka, there's my daily fave. So we were back to the actual TLRY chart that we were looking at with my AMA ribbon colored the way I have changed it. There is VWAP right there. And if I highlight the Bollinger Bands, you can see right towards the end of the Bollinger Bands there that they are definitely squeezing hard. Up here on one of my studies, we are still in a TTM squeeze. It's squeezing for the last 5 minutes. It went from light blue to dark blue. Let me open this up. And it needs, I told you, it needs to continue with these blues, the light blues, in order to show the reversal. And until it holds $39 or $40, it's going to teeter in this sideways squoze chop for a minute. At this point, it's in distribution, which to me tells me we are just going to go sideways at this point. MACD not showing me any clear direction. Might be just going sideways. It's losing steam. It's losing momentum. It's losing volume. The buys are kicking in slowly. Let's open up level 2. We go back to level 2, and you can see that the prices are starting to stack up lower again. And here you go. There it is. It's still not in play. Candle again going small. It just does not have enough steam at this point to do it. This is not ready for prime time as it sits right now. I hope that helps you better understand how you read these indicators. I hope you can apply these to help you lock in better gains, get better entries, get better exits, or avoid the trade completely. And at this point, with all of this candle action, and I'm talking it's tight, we are talking just a mere $1 or $2 bounce right there. Boom, boom, boom. This is like $1 or $2. This is very, very tightly squeezed right here. Very much so. Bollinger Bands getting tighter. Unless them Bollinger Bands start to expand, I don't see anything else happening at this point. We still have a couple more hours before end of day. Anything's possible, but at this point, this is a trade to avoid because it's decided on no clear direction. Of course, it's in distribution phase. You can accumulate a position because the price action is so tight. But it's not popping to the upside or the downside as it sits right now. Hope this helped you guys. Till next time.